Reports to TopVelocity.net. Pitching notes here. Mac going to pair him up with Kauhi. Coming out of leg lift for both pitchers here. We can see Kauhi gets going. He lifts. He starts shifting pretty quickly. Inside drive leg. You can see Mac swinging leg back, waiting to start building momentum. And so let's take them just before leg drive. Okay, so we see as far as both staying closed with their front sides pretty good. Kauhi is holding more torsion. I know that he's not exactly a side view here, but he's holding more torsion. When you can see, I would say Mac, you're holding some torsion, but I would say Kauhi is in more counter rotation to the back hip, maybe just slightly more. Definitely more in the trunk. We can see more closed off trunk orientation, which is going to be ideal. So from here, as he opens front foot, a lot of power here. You can see Kauhi fully extending, almost pretty much fully extending back leg knee. We can see the foot extending and coming off the rubber into front foot strike. We can see at that point too a lot of rotation in the femur where the back foot is up on the tippy toes and the hip is starting to really power open at this point. So a lot of power to move his body into front foot strike. Say with Mac here, as he opens up, you see the knee turning down. When I see this knee turning down and the heel wanting to pop up back here with the toes, sorry, I'm having a hard time drawing on the ankle, but you can see the heel kind of twisting, or the foot twisting as the heel's popping up. So there's more really rotation going on, not as much force production, drive. So definitely a difference between the two in the amount of acceleration into front foot. You can also see, because if we look at the front leg angles, I know this is not an exact side view here with Kauhi, but if we look at the knee orientation as far as the front leg extension of these two, you do want to land in flexion, but not, I wouldn't say 120 degrees of flexion. 140 35 would be better. But this just kind of shows that Kauhi's got more momentum here, hitting front foot. That's really in a position now to really transfer momentum over front leg. Mac's in a position really kind of stuck down here, weight probably pulling down behind front leg. Because this leg just kind of turned over, there's not a lot of force in the front foot ready to transfer energy over the front leg. So we see when Kauhi goes into shoulder rotation, he gets good forward trunk tilt pretty quickly. You can see Mac pushing the trunk out here. So you do see the trunks getting out with Mac, but the key difference I would say is the hip abduction. The hips aren't as abducted at this point, which is kind of like a bucket tipping all that momentum over. So, there's definitely more transfer of energy coming here with Kauhi. This pitch he's throwing is 95. And so definitely he's doing a good job of that. You can see also too with Mac, when he's going to shoulder rotation, the shoulders are rotating with a little bit of drag in the arm, because when it hits front foot strike, the arm is a little late. But also, it's like, Mac, you're over delaying the end of the chain to try to transfer energy, which is not a bad approach, but if it's taking too long, then there was just a poor amount of energy being pushed through the chain, and because of that, the sequencing is off. You're getting what you're getting is a big lag at the end of the chain. We do want the arms, we want lag, but we don't want a real long lag. So think of like a hitter. If a hitter had a really long lag and took a long time to get the bat speed through, maybe he had a lot of bat speed, but he missed the pitch, or missed hitting the ball. I know pitchers don't have that, but still, there's a point where if the lag is too long, it inefficiently transfers or multiplies the energy up the chain, and this is what's happening here. That's why at front foot strike, the trunk is like already out here, so the trunk at this point is pretty much out where it wants to go. Now it's waiting for the arm to release the pitch, and look how long it takes to pitch. You can see with Kauhi, when he hits front foot strike and the trunk gets out here, pretty quickly the arm gets the pitch release. So there's just less of a lag at the end of the chain with Kauhi, and a more efficient acceleration of that energy, and also too, because of that, the front leg is able to support and accelerate the end of the chain better. As you see, Mac not able to do that because there was a real slow transfer of energy coming up that trunk, which the arm was trying to overcompensate for by overlagging. So I'm going to really label this as a big sequencing issue from Matt that he needs to improve, but also because not enough energy put into the system. So if he can work on getting more energy out of momentum, out of back leg drive in the system up the chain, then ultimately it will help clean up the lag, or that too much of a lag at the end, and get the sequencing more efficient and really helping increase velocity. So I hope that helps.